Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti. I'm a peaceful soul. Om Shanti Om. I'm a peaceful soul. ये ध्वनि मंगल ध्वनि है. Om Shanti Om. This sound is a sacred sound. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Gentlemen, let's start. When we talk about happiness, it's a feeling like I feel so exhilarated. It's like, oh, I feel happy. I feel good. I feel excited. Is that happiness? Peace. I feel calm. There is a serenity. I look at you and I know what is peace. And love, my God, I can't describe it, just flows. I look at a toddler, love just flows. I look at my loved one and I know what love is. But are these three feelings interconnected? And is there a key to unlock these feelings?
Om Shanti. And yes, in fact, Om Shanti is the key. So Om means I am, and Shanti means peace. And yes, my experience is that love, happiness and peace are deeply connected together, and that the key is Om Shanti. Because what happens is that we look for these things outside and we've forgotten that they're within us. And the key to unlock this is self-realization, coming back to that wisdom, that realization of knowing I am that inner being. And this is the instrument, the vehicle through which I function and share these qualities in life with everyone.
So wonderful. We understand Om Shanti. I am a peaceful being is the key. But how to experience that? That's going to be very, very difficult. Sister Shivani, all our lives we have been looking for happiness, love, peace. We've been trying to experience it. Some or the other times we do that. But then what's really happening? Why is it not coming to us? It's like if I'm a peaceful being, if I'm a loveful being, if I am a happy being, why is it still avoiding me? Where is it?
Om Shanti, good evening. Like Jayanti-ben said, yes, there is a key to it. But what's required is knowing where the key is kept. You know, at times at home it happens that I've kept the key somewhere and I seem to have forgotten. And very soon I'm frantically searching for it everywhere. And the whole family joins me in the search for the key. And at times it does happen that we look everywhere except for where it actually is. Similarly, ask anyone today, what's the one thing that you want in life? And the answer has always been peace, happiness, love. Everyone wants it. And I think everything that we are doing in our life is for happiness. Everything, whether it's going to work, it's for happiness. Whether it's having a relationship, having a family, it's for experiencing happiness. Whether it's setting goals in my life, working hard to achieve them, it's for happiness. Whether I buy a car or a new bungalow, it's for happiness. Everything is being done with that intention of experiencing happiness. So first we started our search with objects, possessions. You know, so for a young child it could be a new dress, and for most of us it could be a new house or a new car or new everything that we want to buy. Now we bought one by one, we got each one of them, but we didn't get Happiness. Today
we
our
got
house.
it for some time.
You
We
got
felt we were happy.
How many of you
got my
How
new
many
car.
of you got happiness with the car you bought? Because I would love to buy the same one. Which one is it? I don't mind how expensive.
But
is
did
it.
you feel happy when you bought the new car? No. I felt good. There's somebody who felt good buying a new car which you wanted? Yes.
Of course, very good. But the question is, was it I who felt good after having bought the car, or was it the car gave me happiness? That's important. You know, it's physical, doesn't have happiness. So is it that I spend so many pounds or dollars or whatever and go and buy it, I feel happy or I create happiness at the thought of having achieved buying this, at the thought that I have it, she doesn't. At the thought that, you know, I've been successful, another milestone in my life has been achieved. Yes, so I experience the happiness. But does this give me the happiness? That's the important question. If I can create the thoughts of happiness after having bought this, that means I am the creator of the thought. I can create it after having bought this, and I can even create it if I don't manage to buy it. So we thought that the object was giving us happiness. The object doesn't have it. Yes, all our objects have comfort. Today, physically, we are probably a little uncomfortable. Yes? Why? Because the AC is not there or the fan is not there. But does it mean that we will be unhappy?
No, we are not. Yes.
Does it mean that we have to be unhappy? We can be very happy even though we are a little uncomfortable, and similarly we can be very comfortable physically but yet be in pain or in sorrow. And there itself it gets proved that everything that's an object, physical, whether it's the lovely chairs we're sitting on, they give me physical comfort because they are designed for that purpose. But they're not giving me mental or emotional feeling because they don't have it themselves. So most of us have realized that. And if not, think about it today. The other thing that we do is try to set goals in life, and then we say, when I do this, I will feel happy. When I achieve this, I will feel happy. So now let's say I'm working in a company and I set a project, I have a project, I set a deadline, and I say 6 months and I'll be here. 6 months, I experience stress, anger, pain, anxiety, everything. After 6 months, I reach that ladder. I'm very, very happy. But the next day, I set my next goal. So it's like I'm climbing.
No, but I take 2 days break.
2 days break after
to
6
enjoy
months.
that achievement and happiness.
No problem. After 6 months, but of pain.
Yeah.
And then after 2 days?
No, but how can I be
After
happy?
2 days first.
Yeah, I set another goal. Yes.
And then that means?
That means more work.
No,
maybe a year of more stress, anger, jealousy, cutthroat competition, and
Pushing
then
and pulling
that
people.
moment of happiness.
Yes.
So, but then if I don't get that car, if I don't get that position, how can I be happy? See, even if I'm creating that happiness, that object has to be there to create that happiness. Is that right? Without the object, can I be happy?
Once I understand that I am the creator, I look at these beautiful flowers, and looking at them, I create the thought of happiness. I just need to create that separation, that this is the object, I am the creator of the feeling. And then I will realize that I am the master, and I have the choice of what thoughts and feelings to create, irrespective of whether the object is there or not there. Like each one of us today is going to be happy even though it's very warm.
Are you feeling
Right?
happy?
Yes, everyone else is sitting. Same situation, different people are going to respond differently. So the situation is not creating the pain. It's the quality of thoughts that I create in that situation, with that object, after achieving the goal, and even with the people.
Okay, so Sister Shivani takes away object of happiness, our object of happiness, and makes us the object, right?
We're not the object, creator.
We create the happiness. Okay, we create our own happiness. Now I don't need objects. I don't even need AC to create my happiness. Jayanti Ben, okay, we talked about happiness, but love, it cannot be created without the other person. Can we think about love without that other being? Maybe my husband, my partner, my child, or my parent. Should I stop expecting love from them? Or like, is it possible? I need somebody else.
The problem is that when I turn to a human being to give me love, they're expecting me to be doing the same thing for them. And so imagine both of you are pulling on the same piece of string and you're pulling in different directions. This one wants and this one wants, and so what's going to happen? That string is going to break at some point. And so what happens is that we expect to be taking. I remember many, many years ago, there was a situation in which it was a small group of us, and one of our spiritual teachers was with us, and she asked us if we were happy. And there was one particular person, very young sister, and from her face you could see she wasn't so happy. And so Dadi, our senior sister, asked her, well, tell me what's going on. And she said, I'm not getting the love that I would like to have. And Dadi paused for a minute and then said, have you tried giving love to others? And 3 days later, we came together again, the same small group. And Daddy again asked her, tell me what's happening. And she said, Daddy, I've been receiving so much love that I really feel very full and content. And so what happens is that when I'm just expecting to receive, then I find that it becomes a problem because nobody has the capacity to be able to give me. But if I start giving, and there has to be a few secrets there also.
Yeah, because I really wanted to ask.
How can I suddenly start giving? It means I find two keys actually. One is the key with which to be able to receive from above, and the second is the key to be able to unlock it from myself within. Because yes, the one up above is the ocean, the unlimited ocean, and I think through all traditions we might differ in our vision of the Supreme, but when we talk about the qualities of the Supreme, I don't think there's any difference. We'll talk about love, compassion and mercy, forgiveness. These are the things we'll always mention. And the interesting thing is some people will say that God is love, and other people will say, but love is God.
Love is God, yes.
And so love has been elevated to such a high status. But this aspect of God being love is absolutely true. And I know that the word God creates many questions in our minds because there's been so much misinformation we've had through the years. But if you look at this image that's just behind me, this image of a point of light, just this source, no other human form, not even an angelic form, just a point of light. And when I focus on that point source of light, of love, I'm able to receive that love. But the first key was Om Shanti. Even to connect with that point who is the source of love, I need to connect with myself. I need to come back to Om, who am I? The awareness of my own inner being, the spiritual being that I am. Earlier when you were talking about beautiful cars, I was thinking that we have an identity crisis at the moment. And one identity crisis is that I think I am this body. But another identity crisis, and it's a very big one, is that I think I'm my car.
Yes.
And so
If someone scratches my car, somebody told me, there was a scratch on my car, I felt somebody scratched me.
Oh yes, all my happiness disappeared, never mind 2 days later. A scratch can happen within a few hours if you're getting it, and it's not the car that's damaged, it's me that's damaged. And so my identity and my value of myself is so associated with that object. But also that's how the world sees me. I drive up in a particular car and there's an image that they have of me instantly. And so it's a very materialistic world in which we are living, in which we judge people by their possessions, we judge people's value by their physical form, and we've totally forgotten that the real value of the human being is the being that's within. And so the identity crisis is the key that we have to unlock. And this coming back to Om, who am I? I am that inner being. And when I come to that awareness, I'm able to tap into the treasure store of peace, of love, and happiness. It's the same key to all these treasures. And I'm also able to connect with the one above and receive that flow of love from the Supreme. And then I don't need to go with a begging bowl here and there and there and everywhere saying, this is what I want, this is what I want. But rather, I'm able to become a channel, an instrument, so that that love reaches not only me, but it extends out and it reaches my whole family. And not just my nuclear family, but all my brothers and sisters, so that then we're able to create this atmosphere that's been created in this very physically hot place, but yet we've been able to create this atmosphere of love and joy together.
Very true, Sister Jayanti. You've just touched the real essence of it, that I think where it hurts the most. I was expecting love everywhere. In my relationships, in my family, from my friends, from my colleagues as well. But the moment I realized that I have to give, you said 2 keys. Shivani Ben, if I start giving, this is what we have been doing to the family. I have done so much for the family. I have been doing everything for the family. Have we not been doing? We've done everything for the family. We've given them so much love. It shows in all the things we do. And I thought that is the right way to go ahead. But still, ultimately, I kept on giving, kept on doing a lot of things, not only for the family, but for the friends and colleagues as well. Still, the result is both of us are in pain. Still, the love does not exist. It finishes off. I am not happy, they are not happy, in spite of doing everything.
I think this is the experience of very many of us. Is that true? Many of us, after a few years, feel, I've done so much, I've sacrificed so much, and yet no one seems to be happy with me. And that itself gets me into this vicious cycle of pain, that however hard I try, no one seems to be happy. As Jayanti said, just a distinct difference of who am I. One is this body who is doing things, and one is the being, the energy, which is feelings, thoughts. Till now, because we were not aware of the being part, we were focusing on the doing. I will do this to be happy. I will do this for them so that they will be happy. So everything was focused on doing things for others to make them happy. And I had mastered the art that I can feel stress or pain or anger and yet do things to make other people happy.
So that doesn't matter. That's inside me. At least I kept on doing.
True. Like, just a little example, many sisters who after 10 years, 20 years of marriage, they will say, I was a working girl before I got married. But when I got married, my family said, quit job, look after the family. And I did it for them. Okay, 20 years have passed. But still, no one is happy with me. So what was the use of me having done so much for them?
But that's true.
Yeah,
You know, she quit her job. She was doing very well because the family wanted, and now like she did everything. We've been doing that.
Exactly. Now she quit her job, did a very good thing, sat at home for 20 years, very good, did everything for the family, very good, but internally there was always this little pain about having to quit the job and sacrificing the career and being at home. So I was doing things but feeling.
But that was my own pain, that's okay.
Yeah, so now we understand that happiness is not in the object, not in the activity, but it is an energy which I create and it flows from me to everyone around me. Let's say, for example, there's a couple sitting here in the audience, and one of them wanted to come for the program and the other one didn't want to come for the program. Now what must have happened is the husband must have said, please do this for me, or you have to do this for me, or whatever, and then the wife will say, okay, for your sake I will come. You know? Now, very good, she sacrificed her evening just to be with him and come for the program. So she's done the part of the doing part, has been done very well. Now important is, while she's sitting next to him in this program, what are the thoughts and the feelings that she is creating? The doing part is done, fine. Everyone can see, she can see, he can see that she's done that for him. But inside, if she's sitting there and thinking, what a boring program. I had to do this for him. I could have done so many better things this evening. Next time, I'm not going to listen to him. So she's done it, but she's feeling irritated. And sitting in the next chair, he's getting all the... So even though you do it, you still don't experience the happiness. So that doesn't mean we don't do things, but let's not be satisfied that if I've done it, happiness has already come. I will have to create happiness or be happy while doing what I'm doing. The doing is the activity and the happiness is the being part. So at times I might be able to do things for people which they want. At certain times I might not be able to do things which people want. But either ways, if I can maintain that state of stability and happiness, even if I sometimes don't do things what they want, that positive energy that will transmit will still create very soon that environment of happiness. God says a very beautiful thing to us. We are not human doings. Today we've become human doings, doing. We are human beings. So we have to be happy, not do things to be happy.
Oh, you mean to say if she didn't want to come, she could have kept her happiness and her own stability there and could have easily said no.
She could have that, but she has chosen to come with him, which is very nice. But important is, while you're there and while you've taken the decision, how is your state of mind inside?
You know, because at times we really do things with our loved ones so that they should not get hurt.
Yeah, but if we are hurt, they will still get hurt. That's the point. If we are hurt while doing it, then that energy of hurt will reach them. I met a young lady in London a couple of days back and she said, tomorrow morning I have to fly to France with my husband for a party.
I have to, right?
Yeah, I have to. And then she said, I don't want to go. I just have to do all these things for them. She went on. But she was still going to take the trouble of taking an off, going the next day. But there would have been no result because she was not happy while doing that act for him. So it won't get the result, which is happiness. The work will get done.
So finally we need to say, I want to do that.
I want to do that, and with happiness.
Yeah, I want means happiness.
And choose to do that, not have to do that.
Jayanti,
I think one of the key factors that we have to understand is, even before the question of doing, where does it begin? There's a thought that comes. And again, one of the keys is to understand that when I know I am the soul, I also know that I have it within my own capacity to create thoughts. And thoughts are one level, and thoughts come and go, and they're like the wind, they can be in 1,000 different directions. But with every thought that's repeated, what is created is a feeling. And so actually my feelings don't come to me from outside, just as my thoughts don't come to me from outside, my feelings also don't come from outside. My thoughts are created inside, right? Do you agree? I am the creator of my own thoughts. Are we in agreement here?
Can we create a thought now?
Okay, good, thank you. Then the next step, I am also the creator of my own feelings. Agree? Now that's a big one, because I always like to think that it's everybody else who's doing something to me. They can make me happy, or they can cause me pain, or give me sorrow, or whatever it is. But because I now know I create thoughts, I also know that I create my own feelings. And it actually is a very beautiful key to freedom, to know that I create my own feelings. And so I can create that inner state of love, I can create that inner state of happiness through my own thinking, through my own attitude and perception. And when I know this, I'm the master of my life, but I'm also the master of my circumstances and my destiny.
Wonderful, Sister Jayanti, you've just given us the key, the strength, the first key of the evening, that I can create my own thoughts, and I have the power to do that, Even if I am doing something because somebody wants me to do that, creating a negative or positive thought is in my hand. And my thoughts are going to create my feelings. Once again, it's so powerful. I don't have to feel low, because I keep on feeling low so many times. Another question I would like to ask. Jayanti-ben, we do a lot of things, and we deeply love our family and our friends, whenever we are with them. There's an atmosphere of happiness, and everything is going smooth. We really love them. We really care for them. Some incident, something one of us do, which is not right, our attitude changes. I don't know where that love, that happiness just runs away. Why? Love is eternal. Happiness is eternal. Peace is eternal. One incident, and it just vanishes.